The next topic about graphs that we're going to talk about is when a graph is increasing, decreasing, or constant. So increasing is just a word for when is the graph going up. Okay, so when you hear increasing, we want to know where is it going up. When decreasing, we mean where is the graph going down. And constant just means where is it staying the same. Okay? Now you'll notice I'm not saying what values it's going up and down to, but where. And whenever you hear the word where, we're actually talking about x values. So we're talking about it going up and down, but we don't care about what y values it's going up or down to. We want to know if we travel along the x-axis, for what x values is the graph heading up, where is it heading down, and where is it staying the same. So I like to think about traveling along the x-axis. So let's say you were a little green stick figure. Okay, so you're going to start, oops, that doesn't look like a stick figure. You're going to start at negative infinity and you're going to start walking toward positive infinity, okay, along the x-axis. Okay, so you're walking along. And as you're walking along, you're looking above or below you to see what the graph is doing, okay? And it could be doing one of three things. It could be increasing. Let's maybe go blue. It could be increasing. It could be decreasing, or it could be staying constant. And we're going to use interval notation to talk about where these things are happening. Okay, so our little guy is walking along, and from negative infinity up until we get to -5, the graph is going up. Now, when we get to -5, we hit this tallest point, right? And then something changes. The graph starts going down. So let's just talk about from negative infinity up to this point where it reaches its highest point, the graph is going up. From negative infinity up to -5, when you are walking along, you saw the graph keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So what that means is from negative infinity to -5, we are increasing. That's not going to be the only place, but we'll write that part down. Okay, now you keep walking along from left to right, and the graph is going down. So you're going this way, the graph is going down until we hit this spot. And let's pretend that was there at the corner. So at -3, something changes again. So let's look. It went down from when we were standing on -5 until we were standing at -3. Now, one thing I should point out is when we talk about changing, we're always going to use parentheses for increasing and decreasing. So you don't have to worry about brackets or anything. Those points where it changes, it's kind of not doing either of those. Okay. Now, look what happens as we walk along from -3 to 1. The graph stays down here. It's staying horizontal. It's staying constant. So as we walk along from here up to here, the graph is staying at the same place, and that means it's staying constant. So we're going to say we're constant from -3 up to this x value of +1. Okay, so this was constant, staying there. Now what happens, it starts dipping again. It starts going down, and it goes down until it hits this lowest point at 4. So for this part of the journey, the graph was going down. So that's decreasing. So from 1 up to 4, the graph is going down or decreasing. And from now on, you can see that the graph is going to go up again. So as we walk off into the sunset or off into infinity, our graph is going to go up, up, up. It's always going to be increasing. So we would say that from 4 to infinity, the graph is going to be increasing. So here we really thought about traveling from negative infinity to infinity along the x-axis. As we walk along, what is the graph doing? Is it going up, down, or staying the same? And the only thing we would kind of do to finish this off is whenever we have more than one interval, like increasing here, we're going up from negative infinity to -5, and from 4 to infinity it's going up. And we just put a little u, which means union between those. Same thing here, we would just put a little u. Okay, so that's what we mean when we say increasing, decreasing, or constant.